The fuel in your car is about to change, and most people have no idea that this is happening. So stay till the end, I'll explain. So the government of India has proposed a draft plan to increase ethanol blending in fuel. So right now in India we are already using E20 fuel, which means 20% ethanol is blended with petrol. But now the government is planning something much bigger with E85 fuel, which is 85% ethanol, and even E100 fuel, with which vehicles can run completely on ethanol and with zero petrol. So this can significantly reduce India's dependence on imported oil, lower carbon emissions, and at the same time support Indian farmers, because ethanol is produced from crops like sugarcane, corn and rice. In fact, India achieved the 20% blending target nearly 5 years ahead of schedule, saving $5 billion in import costs and generating around 40,000 crore annually for Indian farmers. So if we move closer to 85% blending, the savings could rise up to $20 billion every year. But this transition is not that simple, because most of the cars and bikes on the Indian roads today are not designed to run on high ethanol blends. And this is where flex fuel vehicles come in. These are specially designed engines that can run on petrol, ethanol or a mix of both. But adopting this such scale will require major changes, including new engine technologies, modification at petrol pumps and complete upgrade of fuel infrastructure across the country. And ethanol also delivers lower mileage compared to petrol, which means vehicles will consume more fuel than it normally does. And to meet this demand, we may need to increase ethanol production by nearly 4 times the current production. On top of that, producing ethanol from crops like sugarcane and rice can require up to 10,000 liters of water for just 1 liter of ethanol, which is a serious concern in a water-stressed country like India. At the same time, if ethanol production rises too aggressively, it can start impacting food supply and push prices higher, something that becomes a very sensitive in a price-conscious market like India. So this is where 2G ethanol becomes important. It is produced from agricultural waste like crop residue instead of food crops, which can reduce pressure on water usage and food supply. But scaling this technology is still a challenge. So despite these major challenges, automobile companies like Tata Motors, Mahindra & Mahindra and Maruti Suzuki have already started working on engines that can support higher ethanol blends. On the global stage, Brazil has already set the benchmark in ethanol fuel adoption, with the United States and parts of European Union following behind. And with global fuel supply uncertainties, especially around critical routes like Strait of Hormuz, this transition becomes even more relevant. So if you are planning to buy a new car or a bike in the near future, this is something you cannot ignore, because the kind of fuel your vehicle runs on is about to change in a big way. And if you found this useful, share it with someone who is planning to purchase a vehicle in near future, because this shift is going to affect everyone. Thanks for watching and follow for more.